Steve here, and good morning or afternoon. Goo. Just getting myself positioned here. Um, this will be a brief introduction to some sounding this I'm going to follow. The first part of this is just to understand a little bit of what's going on in the world right now. So, um, there there is a conflict currently that is going on between various energies. So you can read into this whatever you want. So, I'm saying some words and then you're making up what they mean. Let's face it, that's how communication goes. So the meaning of my communication is the response it elicits. So you may go, what the hell? Whatever. I'm just saying that energetically, and I'm doing the bewitched thing or the whichever one it was, like Dream a Genie. Whatever is going on for you, that's just fine. You're gonna work with it to the best of your ability. There is what's going on internally, which may be some conflicting energies within yourself, and then just acknowledge that that's something you notice. And if you don't notice it, acknowledge that's not something you notice. But there may be these conflicting energies inside oneself. And then if it's added to that, we might be projecting these conflicting energies outside ourselves, or maybe these conflicting energies we're noticing are triggering the awareness of these conflicting energies inside ourselves. Be that as it may, it is valuable to us to connect with our deep self and go into that deep state of peace and calm. And then I've been asked by the Hathors, they have suggested it would be useful for them to make some sounds through me for any of you that watch this. So this is what I do. I basically I'm like the flute or whatever, and then they're like the player. And so they bring these sounds in, and these sounds are for stabilization of your system and my system, for stabilization of our systems so that we can come to a place of balance, grounded balance in holding what feel like conflicting energies, and then have those energies go into just poles, just energy poles, like everything has these polarities. It's polarization that's the conflict. Polarity is natural. So we are going to actually go into a state that shifts our inner reality and affects our outer reality. So this is kind of a personal healing and a world healing at the same time. So that's enough information. If you have questions, you can ask them, and if I can answer them, I'll answer them. So I would suggest that you say two things. The first one being, I connect with my deep self. And just notice what you notice. And you will be connected to your deep self if you notice that you immediately feel calmer and more peaceful. The second thing you can say is, I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. And then feel when you connect with that healing center. And the third thing is, if you choose to have the Hathors making sounds specifically for you, then when you're ready to do this sound work, state out loud that you choose to work with the Hathors. So I connect with my deep self. I ground myself into the healing center of the earth. And I choose to work with the Hathors. And you can say Hathor if you want. It just doesn't matter. Okay. So these sounds will assist you to let go of any disturbance that you might be finding within yourself. And I have been finding some kind of intense energies, and so I'm doing this for myself as well as for you. And I appreciate the Hathors for working with us. Okay. Good job, by the way, clearing that one. Ooh, let's go very deep. Ooh. Follow that in if you feel like it. Ooh. Some sounds of the earth coming out from the earth. Good sounds from the earth coming out. I didn't know this was going to happen, but it's very exciting. I've not done this before, but I can tell what's about to happen. Thank you. Now, if you listened, if you made it, it's some pretty powerful energies here. So if you didn't make it this far, you won't be listening to this. But if you cut off partway through thinking like I need to work with this for a bit, you're trusting your own intuition. Good job, you. Trust yourself. Yes, you have guides and helpers. Some of them are in physical bodies. Many of them are not in physical bodies. They've just decided that in this lifetime you're in, they're just going to guide you to the best of their abilities and help you along. So we all have these. Some of us are more schizophrenic than others, and we hear voices inside our head, and if they sound like really people that we like or beings that we like, then we might listen to them. And then if they suggest that we do something that isn't ridiculous, then we go ahead and we do it, and we go, oh, that got better. And pretty soon we begin to trust them. And sometimes we trust some that are working with us on one level, and then we move to another level, another level, another level, another level. And then you get beings like the Hathors who are like, okay, you ready to change? All right, here we are. We're going to help you. And so that was one of the more powerful. I've been working with them since, I'm going to say 2004. These beings, seventh dimensional beings, whose focus is change through sound and vibration, leading to healing. So when we change, when we let go of these things, our energy changes and we experience healing. And so I've been working with them since 2004. So I guess that's 20 years. And but off and on, because there was a period of time where they wanted me to do something, I didn't want to do it. And so it's not that we had a falling out, so to speak. It's that I just couldn't imagine myself doing the thing that they wanted me to do. And it was like, I'm just going to come right out with it. It was like starting church. And I have so much stuff that I have resolved. I mean, even though I look like a monk today. But anyway, I have a lot of stuff that I've resolved relative to organized religion. And so I said to them, well, why would I want, what would be the value of starting a church? There's plenty of them. And they said, well, through you, we could help people heal from religion. So here we are. What's a church anyway? They downloaded all this information about the church, and it was to be called the Church of One, because you don't belong to a group church. It's your church. It's the Church of One, and it's the Church of the One as well. So anyway, that's all interesting stuff. I might cut this off the back. I don't know, because this is kind of like somewhat of an exposed video, going out in the world, sometimes getting 1,800 viewers, like once, but still. All right. So thank you for sharing this with me. Here's my suggestion. If you made it this far, I don't know how long this video is, but if you made it this far, my suggestion is you watch it again and again and again, because those changes you felt will just keep happening, and the sounds will change because you've made the changes. So, and then my suggestion is you notice where the sound is affecting you, and you make your own sounds in the privacy of your own home. I mean, it's only embarrassing if you're doing this on YouTube and you don't even know what you're looking like, and it really needs to go out there, but you don't want this going out into the world, but it's going to anyway, because I've committed, or I should be committed, one of the two. So I'm either committed, or I will be committed, or I should be committed. One of those. There could be more even. If you're a creative person during these times of creativity, you're going to come up with just all sorts of new things that might just be new to you. So remember, I connect with my deep self. It is me. So why do I have to connect with it? Because I disconnected from it. So I need to connect with it in order to be fully connected with it. I connect with my deep self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. And you've had an experience of the earth sounds today. And it was my first experience of what I think my first experience of the earth sounding through me, because it was different than the Hathors sounding through me. So anyway, it was kind of cool. I liked it. I'm going to listen to it many times. So I connect with my deep self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. And if you feel like you've liked your experience, you can state, I choose to continue to work with the Hathors. And I can tell that probably these videos are going to be coming, on a daily basis. So you might get like the Mayan calendar reading, the tarot card reading, the Hathor channeling, whatever. We're on a ride. And I was feeling today like, whoa, these energies are so intense, what am I going to do? I'm feeling ungrounded. I'm feeling they're changing me. I don't know what to think, all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, whoop, the sound. And I felt my whole body just go, okay, just integrated all that. Hopefully it did the same thing for you. Hopefully you're feeling just much more yourself since listening to the sound, and I encourage you to make the sound, even if it doesn't sound good to you, because it doesn't always sound good to me. I'm like, what's that? Like, what sound are those they make? I don't like that sound. Whoa. And then it changes. So thank you so much for making it this far. Those one or two of you who have made it this far. Good job, thumbs up. And like always, namaste.